welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see by the title, for today's video, we are going to be doing a full tour of all of my pets' enclosures, and I am so excited to film this video for you guys. You guys know I recently did a big remodel of my pet room, and I love it so much. You can see my pretty purple lighting here behind me. But with the remodel of my pet room, I also decided to do a couple of upgrades to some of the enclosures as well. I'm really loving all of my pets' enclosures at the moment. I love all of their tanks, all of their setups, and of course, I love the new setup of my pet room. You guys already know if you've seen that video. If not, I will link it on the screen in the corner for you. But I get questions all the time from people wanting to know what enclosure each of my animals are in. Some people want to know what size enclosure Blue is in, where did it come from, how big is it. Some people want to know what size Bodie's tank is, what brand it is, things like that. So we're going to be covering all of that for all my animals in this video. If you enjoyed this pet enclosures tour, feel free to subscribe down below and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started. Okay, so before we get into the pet enclosure tours, I have to come outside. It is 5 a.m. right now, but I like to pick Blue's food so that he can have it when the sun comes up. Blue loves to eat first thing in the morning. As soon as his light comes on and the sun comes up, he is at his food slate ready to eat. So we're gonna pick Blue some of his hibiscus that are blooming this morning, and we're also gonna get him some weeds, of course, and then I will show you guys his enclosure, and we'll start our tour. It looks like he's got 2 hibiscus today. Oh, he's gonna absolutely love these, so we are gonna go on and pick these, and we are going to feed these to him today. All right, guys, so here is a brief overview of all the enclosures in my pet room. If you guys would like to see a full pet room tour, I will have it linked in the corner of the screen, but today we are just doing tours of all the enclosures, what brands they are, where I got them, and different things like that. So let's get started. We're gonna do Blue's first since he is the first one that you encounter whenever you walk in the door. So it is really early morning right now, and so Blue just woke up. He is basking. He usually likes to get warm and then he'll mosey on over and start to eat. You'll probably see him start munching in a second, and I'll show that to you guys. I just took you guys outside. We picked him some fresh flowers that bloomed today. Yeah, he's gotten warmed up, so he's ready to start eating. He sees his favorite flowers, which are hibiscus. He absolutely loves hibiscus and dandelion. I've also got some hibiscus leaf and some clover. Blue's diet is really varied. I have a lot of flowers that are growing outside, and I pick him fresh flowers as often as I can. Lately, the hibiscus bush has been doing so good. He's been having hibiscus almost every morning to every other morning. I'm getting a bloom. Today we got 2 blooms, so he's gonna devour those. Hibiscus is definitely his favorite, and it's so good for him. So we are gonna let Blue finish eating his breakfast, and we are going to move on. But it is early in the morning here. It is about 7 a.m., which is when it's time for his breakfast. If you guys would like to see a full morning routine video where I show you guys what I do every morning for all of the enclosures, let me know, and I will definitely film that morning routine for you guys, because I definitely do a lot in here in the mornings around 7 a.m., especially because that is on Blue and Koa's schedule. So if you guys wanna see that video, let me know. But let's keep going on the tour. So here you guys can see I have Blue's huge enclosure. It's really large. I have a video where I built this and set it up. I will have that linked in the corner of the screen as well if you want to go watch that. So first, let's talk about the outside of the enclosure. You can see I have my lights here. This is the remote I've showed you guys in my room tour video. This remote just controls all of my lighting for my custom pet shelf. I absolutely love this shelf. It is so beautiful and it lights up so pretty. I love it so much. Obviously, we're not doing a room tour right now, so we're just gonna leave it on purple, but I always have my remote laying right here, so I never lose it, and whenever I walk in the room, if I wanna change the colors, I can just pick it up and change it really quickly, so I always leave that here. Next, on top of his enclosure, we have his security camera. Yes, I keep a security camera on Blue at all times. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, then you see all of the footage of Blue. I watch him constantly. I lay in the bed and watch him eat every single morning. Usually after I'll come in here and feed him, I'll go lay back in the bed and I'll just watch him eat. He is so precious to me that I just love watching him eat. I mean, honestly, couldn't you just spend this whole video watching him eat? Honestly, he's so cute. And then beside that, I have a huge bag of crock chow. I tell you, it's taking me forever to go through this bag. This is a food that I feed him very occasionally, mostly during the winter, but he does get it on special occasions and stuff. It is known to be pretty high in protein, and tortoises, like Mediterranean tortoises, can't have high protein, so I don't feed this very often, but I do have it there for days when it's raining, if I'm low on weeds, if I don't have any flowers, if it's winter time. That is a really good pellet, and he absolutely dies for it. He loves it. Then we have his light, of course. It is a ceramic dome with a mercury vapor bulb. This is a custom enclosure. It is 5 feet long by about 2.5 feet wide. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's 2 or 2.5 feet wide. It is perfect for a 5-inch Mediterranean tortoise like Blue. This was built custom to his side. Obviously, if he grows any more than 5 inches, if he gets around 6 or 7 inches, I do have to go up in size, but he has not grown in the year that I had him. He is pretty big for his age, so he may be close to being done growing. He is still 5 inches, so this enclosure is perfect for him. And again, I have a video where we built this in the corner of the screen. Unfortunately, you can't buy this enclosure, but I do have a video in detail of how we built it, so that's pretty nice. Next, we will move on to Koa. You can see Koa's enclosure here. He is on my big custom shelf along with Bodhi, who we will show you in just a second. So here's Koa. He is looking at me as usual. He is my curious little dinosaur. So Koa's enclosure was purchased at a local reptile shop. I do have a vlog from about 1.5 years ago on my channel where we went and bought this. This enclosure did cost me about $300. It is by Tetrafauna, and it is a Tetrafauna reptile habitat. It can be made to be suited for crocodiles, like baby crocs and things like that, so it can hold water. It does have some plugs in the bottom and in the back that you can actually unplug, and you can apply filters and things like that, or drain the water out. So it can be semi-aquatic or for different types of reptiles like skinks, bearded dragons, and even a box turtle. Personally, I would never recommend putting a tortoise or box turtle in a glass tank like this because it is glass, and tortoises don't understand the concept of see-through glass, so they'll usually just pace. But Koa unfortunately was neglected for 30 years. He was kept in a 10-gallon glass tank, so he unfortunately has learned the hard way that he can't go through the glass, so he actually does not pace or anything. He does really great in this tank, so I don't worry about him being able to see out at all. In fact, I think he actually gets really amused by watching me whenever I'm cleaning enclosures and things. He likes to be able to see out, and actually doesn't bother him. But if he were a normal non-neglected turtle or tortoise, I would definitely cover up the walls or do something that is not see-through, something more closer to this for a tortoise, but I would be able to block that off. But he does fine with it, like I said. So anyway, this is a 75-gallon enclosure. The top does come off. You can turn these, and this wire mesh can come up, so it can open really easily for cleaning and things. You can see I have Koa's bowl on the top. He eats every other day, and today is not feeding day. He actually ate worms and veggies and fruit yesterday, so today is not feeding day. We will be feeding him tomorrow, and that is per vet's orders. You can see inside I have his moist eco earth. I have a rock here, and then I have his water dish for soaking. He loves paddling around in that. And then I have his hide, a fake plant, and a rock. Koa is deformed, unfortunately. He doesn't get around the best, so I don't crowd his enclosure with a bunch of stuff, mainly just down at this end, and then I give him lots of room to be able to walk around and stuff. I find that's really important. He was cramped in a 10-gallon for 30 years. I mean, come on. I want him to have as much floor space as possible, so I don't overcrowd this, but I would like to get some hanging plants and put in there. I would love to get some hanging plants. I just don't want anything on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to take away any floor space from him, but I have been thinking about maybe putting some vines or something up. I don't know, let me know. Let me know. And then of course he has his mercury vapor bulb just like Blue, and then his care board. So that is Koa's setup. Next we will come down here, and I'm going to show you guys Lemon and the hermit crab. So we'll do Lemon first. Lemon is my albino Pac-Man frog, and this is her enclosure. She is in an 18 by 18 by 12 Exoterra. I absolutely love this Exoterra. It is perfect for a Pac-Man frog. Of course, it is by the brand called Exoterra. The doors open just like that. I absolutely love this enclosure. I absolutely love this Exoterra. I love front opening enclosures, and once I got Bodhi's and then I got hers, I had to upgrade the hermit crabs. Like, we're gonna talk about them in a second, but I absolutely love them. If you have a small reptile that is suitable for an Exoterra, highly recommend them. You can see little Lemon in there looking so chubby as usual. And then of course she just has her water dish and some fake plants that she likes to kind of burrow under, and that's pretty it. And then of course she has her heat pad over here. Up top we have her calcium container, which I usually put her worms and crickets in, and we have her tongs. We also have her Inkbird probe here, which regulates her heat pad so it doesn't overheat. I'm actually getting another one of these really soon, probably in the next couple weeks, and we're gonna be using it for the hermit crabs. So I'm definitely gonna be getting another one of those because I love them. And then I have her care board up top here. And that is pretty much it for Lemon's enclosure. Here is my Hermit Crabs new Exoterra. I'm so excited to show you guys. It is a 24 long by 18 deep by 12 inches high. This Exoterra retails on Amazon about $150. I did get it for $75 off of Facebook. My Hermit Crabs are currently buried, so you probably won't see them. I'm so sorry, but I just did the upgrade and setup of this literally last week. You guys saw this whole video. If you haven't seen that video where I upgraded the Hermit Crab tank and set this up and everything, I will have that linked on the corner of the screen as well. You guys can go watch that. I think it was a really fun video. I really enjoyed filming it. And the Hermit Crabs so far are loving this tank. They've been exploring it and everything. It's really awesome. So yeah, they seem to be loving it. And again, I love this enclosure. The last enclosure I have to show you guys is Bodie's Exoterra. Bodie's Exoterra has a crazy story. When I got it used, it was infested with bugs. It was a nightmare. If you want to watch that video, I will have it linked on the corner of the screen. Such a disaster. I hate bugs. It was a mess. But obviously, you guys remember I did some crazy stuff involving my pool. It was a mess, but I got it cleaned, and now obviously Bodie lives in here. This enclosure is an 18 by 18 by 24, so it is great for crested geckos. It is an appropriate size for an adult crested gecko, and that is what Bodie is in. I'm not gonna open the door, unfortunately, because if I do, he will absolutely leap out at me. I guarantee it. But I did recently do a full clean and setup of this enclosure on my channel, so you guys can go watch that if you want. But yeah, that is Bodie's enclosure. I'm not sure what it retails exactly, but I know that I got a really good deal on getting it used. Highly recommend it. I love Exoterras. It's a really good tank. And of course, I'm gonna show you guys my fish tanks. Even though these technically aren't like reptile enclosures, they're still tanks. They're enclosures for my pets. So this is my goldfish tank. This is Butter. Butter is my adorable little lemonhead Thai Aranda, who I literally love so much. It is insane. She is freaking adorable. Look how beautiful. Look at her. Gorgeous. So Butter has this tank to herself currently. This is a 36-gallon bow front tank. I did get it used. I got a really good deal on it. I get a lot of my tanks secondhand if you can't tell. But I did get this tank used. It did come with the light that is above, and then obviously I had to buy everything else. And I do have a Aqua Clear 110 running on the back. Butter is alone right now, and you're probably like, where is her friend? Why is your goldfish by herself? Well, here is my other goldfish tank. I got this tank on the $1 per gallon sale at PetSmart, so I paid $20 for this. It is a standard 20-gallon tank. I got the hood light off of Amazon, and it has a Aqua Clear 30 running on it that I also got from PetSmart. I literally just got done cleaning this tank about an hour ago, so it's a little bit foggy, but it's clean. I have an entire video on why Bagel is not with Butter. If you'd like to go watch that, I'll put it on the screen in the corner. Basically, Bagel is a male and Butter is a female, so we are working that out, and I'm figuring out what I need to do to get them to be in the same tank, but until then, they are separated for now. But this is Bagel, and this is his 20-gallon tank. And because I know you guys will ask, I have my snails in here right now eating, because if I feed the snails while they are in the tank, Bagel will eat their food and then they won't get any. So every time I do a tank clean, and usually every couple days, I take the snails out and I put them in this dish with some water, and then I feed them so that they can eat away from Bagel and he can't take their food. And then after a couple hours, I put the snails back in the tank. I know it's so extra, but like, Bagel is such a naughty little thing. He just eats their pellets up. So I move them out, I feed them, and then I put them back in there in an hour or two. Okay, I think that's it. I showed you guys everyone's enclosures and talked about how much they were and where they come from. Hope you enjoyed that. All right, guys, that is it for this tour of all of my pets' enclosures. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun filming it for you. If you guys have any further questions about any of my pets' enclosures, whether it be the pricing, the size, or the brands, or where I got them, or if I left any of those details out, feel free to ask me in the comments down below, and I'd be happy to answer you there. I'm sure I said it 100 times in this video, but I absolutely love front opening Exoterras for lots of different reptiles. I think that front opening enclosures, once you've had one, how can you ever go back to top entry? You guys know I recently upgraded my Hermit Crabs to a front opening enclosure, and it has been heaven. I love it so much. Not sponsored, wish I was, but I really do love them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. I will see you guys in my next video. Be kind. Bye.